And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Action-packed show lined up for you here. Jam-packed show on the Consumer Quarterback Show. You got AI, you got an iPhone controlled by your thoughts now coming out. We were going to talk about annual inflation slowest since 2021. Great news for the real estate market and the economy in general. Also, China lifts Boeing ban after pact. Discuss the amount of demand that China has for these wonderful aircrafts, American-made Boeing aircrafts. We got Ron Fuller joining us, Patrick Highland, and Greg Poirier as well from Fast of Florida. So we are going to jump right into it. Thank you for supporting the show and all of our expert contributors, local area businesses. So by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our local area business owners and account executives and sales reps, it really means the world to us. It's part of our engine that makes the thing go. Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, always helping you in your real estate deals when you're buying, selling, investing, or refinancing. Got my mortgage license now as well, so we help you with the refis. So we'd love to help you there. A couple of hot listings coming up here, and we'd like to feature our listings on air. It's part of a strategy that helps our sellers sell faster for more money with maximum profit and the least amount of headaches. You know, hey, who wants to have headaches today, right? You have so many headaches in your other parts of your life. We're going to streamline that process, bulletproof the deal, make sure the buyer is pre-qualified, and keep these deals, what we like to say, they're sticky. You know, they're sticky deals. They're going to stick together. We're going to keep them going and overcome any objections that come throughout the process. So a couple of hot listings here. We got a beautiful property at 221 Howard Drive, beautiful Bel Air Beach property. We've got a motivated seller on the beaches. This is gorgeous. 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,500 square foot luxury listing from Keller Williams International. Beautiful waterfront property here. Exclusive Bel Air Beach location. Gorgeous 3-island kitchen with Thermador appliances. Saltwater pool, 100 linear feet of water frontage on deep water access. And this is only 1 block, 2 beach access as well. So you can walk down to the beach, take your boat, take your jet skis out into the Gulf of America, and just enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest at 221 Howard Drive, beautiful Bel Air Beach, Florida. Great opportunity to own real estate, and you are 1 block from the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of beautiful Pinellas County. Also, look at another $1 million listing here at 17416 Magnolia Island Boulevard from the Platinum MVP team. This is Jamie's listing. 5 bedrooms, 3 full bath. You got 2 half bath and a 2-car garage at 17416 Magnolia Island Boulevard in Claremont, Florida. Great location, close to Disney, close to Orlando. 1 acre lot. So you've got an estate-style home here with a full acre of land. Magnolia Island is a very unique gem. This is a rare gem at an excellent price. Only about 30 homes in the entire community here. Beautiful property, gated community with lake access, professionally designed landscape, grand circular driveway, lighter color kitchen cabinetry, beautiful pool and spa package. Great opportunity to buy real estate, 17416 Magnolia Island Boulevard. And if you've got a property you're thinking about selling, you're leaving money on the table if you're not listing with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, #1 real estate company in the world, Keller Williams Realty. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you are invited to our next gratitude party. We got a business mixer over there coming up on Thursday, the 22nd. Todd, you want to tell them about that? Crown and Bull, live music over in Dunedin, Florida.
Yeah, we got the happy hour going on Thursday, May 22nd, 6 p.m. It's at the Crown and Bull, downtown Main Street in Dunedin. It's 319 Main Street, and it's always a great place. I love that place. It's probably my favorite place to go in
it really
Dunedin because it's just a nice setting. It's got that outdoor back setting, which is really great and nice. Just the way it's laid out and everything, it's just comfortable. It's fun.
Yeah,
you know,
delicious food,
and you can't beat being downtown Dunedin. That's my favorite little town around town.
That's right, the walkability there. And so it's a free event. It's our happy hour, gratitude party, business mixer, Crown and Bull, excellent restaurant. and 22nd, Thursday 22nd, 6 o'clock. Come on out and join us. We'd love to see you there. All right, we got Patrick Highland on the line. He's host of the Sports Zone. He's also a top insurance agent here in Tampa Bay. So we're going to talk with Patrick here in just a moment, but we do have Ron Fuller in studio as well. Wanted to get Ron to give us a teaser of what he's going to talk about, Tri-County Metals in studio. What are we going to talk about today, Ron?
Great to be here, Brandon. We're going to talk about superheroes. So, superheroes and metal roofs, what does that mean? Stay tuned.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Tri-County Metals serving the roofing community out there and contractor community. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk with him. All right, let's go to the line here. We got Patrick Highland, host of the Sports Zone radio show right here on this great station on the weekend, Sundays at 11 a.m. Patrick Highland, welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you, Brandon. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you having me on. Sorry I can't be in studio. Hopefully this will come across great for us. Just out helping some veterans with some housing issues and their veteran aid and attendance benefits. You know, if they served, they deserve. That's how we look at it, Brandon. So
that's
God
right.
Bless those folks, man. And I love your music, man. Only in America and God's country.
Yeah.
And you know what? It seems like the country's getting better every day, doesn't it?
Man, it really does. Record trade deals, peace in the Middle East. What else? I mean, gosh, what's next?
Yeah. You know, why don't I hear everybody jumping for joy over that? I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, Brandon. I mean, you know, you and I have been athletes all our life, and the bottom line is, you know, if you beat me, I shake your hand. And vice versa. Okay,
Yep.
And that's how you do it. And guess what? The other thing is, if you did something great, I'm going to tell you, heck, man, that was a heck of a pass, or that was a heck of a run, and wish you well. You know, we got to work on getting to that level. Not complain and say, well, you scored the touchdown, but you didn't run it just right. Really? You know, I don't get that mindset.
Yeah. I hear you, man.
You know, it just cracks me up. You know, we're all in this thing together. Let's be a patriots. Forget Republican and Democrat. You know, forget red and blue. Let's go red, white, and blue and patriotic. So
I love that.
You know, just get that off my chest. You know, I appreciate you having me on. People listening right now, if I could be of any help to you, my phone number is 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Appreciate, you know, y'all listening to the show, Brandon's show, and then mine on Sundays. We have a lot of fun talking sports from 11 to 12. But during the week, Brandon, as you know, I like to help out veterans. I like to help out civilians with all their insurance needs. And if I don't have the answers, I'll find somebody who does. And it's not always about having a sale. If I can't make a sale, I want to make a friend. You know, and you and I have talked about this. When you come across just looking for a commission, you're not looking out for the best interest of your clients. And that's a terrible way to be.
That's right.
You know, the more people you help out, Brandon, the more you're going to be rewarded and blessed in this life. I really do believe that. So,
yeah, that's true, man.
You know, that being said, man.
Givers gain. Givers gain.
Absolutely. Hey, the Bucs schedule's out. The Jacksonville Jaguars schedule's out. The Dolphins schedule's out. It's going to be a lot of fun on Sunday talking, you know, football and you know, just getting everybody's opinion and thoughts. I hope the Bucs do well this year. I hope USF does well, Brandon. You know, obviously, you know, you attended that university, and they're a part of our community, and I want to see them do well. So.
Yeah. What about this headline? Excuse me. The heaviest player in NFL history sends shockwaves through the league in practice debut. So this is the heaviest player. He's even bigger than the legend William Refrigerator Perry.
Refrigerator.
Yeah. Oh. So this guy Desmond clocks in at 437 pounds. What's your thought?
Yes, University of Florida Gator. I'll tell you what. If Philadelphia tries that tush-push with him and Vita Vea up front, they might have a little problem. So
they might go the other way.
Yes, exactly. So it'll be interesting to see how he, you know, pans out. I wish the kid the best. And, you know, as long as his weight isn't a health deterrent, then you know what? That's all that really matters. You know, I just don't, you know, that's a lot of weight to put on a body. So I hope, you know, he's okay and takes good care of himself. But, you know, nowadays with all the physicians and doctors out there, they can really check your body and make sure you're being taken care of. So,
Patrick, to your point, by the way, if you just joined us, we're talking with Patrick Highland. He's hosted the Sports Zone, and he's also a local insurance agent, best in class here in Tampa Bay. Reach out to Patrick for all of your health insurance and other insurances. I want him to go into a little bit more detail on that too. But to your point earlier, the S&P 500 advanced on Tuesday, sending a benchmark index back into positive territory for the year. So, to your point, we heard a lot about it when it dropped, but a lot of the corporate media, they didn't talk about the gains, did they?
No. And, how am I supposed to take you credible when you don't tell the good with the bad? And I'm telling you, I think people are tired of being sheep and led in an indirect way. And they're going to take the extra 5 minutes to do the research and see where it stands, because they're tired of looking foolish by agreeing with the, mass media. Okay. So I think that's going to change, and hey, there's the other thing when it comes to selling real estate, selling insurance, just don't say, hey, Patrick, this is the right house for you. Here you go. Now, Patrick, here's some options. Okay. What fits your wants and needs? What are you looking to accomplish? Let's do the research together and make sure you're going to be happy, because it's not one size fits all. And that's so important. I know you believe in that. I believe in that. And, here's another thing, Brandon, you and I both know. You might not make a sale today when you meet somebody, but a year or two from now, they'll go, you know what, Brandon, you were classy, you were professional. I'm ready to buy another house now.
Right.
It just wasn't the right fit now, so can you help me? And the answer is, of course I can. And if you would have just been looking out for your best interest and trying to slam the guy, you might have made the sale. You probably wouldn't have, but you might have. But I guarantee you're not going to get any referrals or repeat business. That's
right.
For doggone sure.
Right.
So why would you do that to yourself? I don't believe in that. So,
Patrick, what kind of insurance do you sell, my friend? What kind of insurances are you talking about?
Yeah, I like helping people out with Medicare. I like helping out the veterans. A lot of veterans don't know this right now, Brandon. They're on TRICARE. And yes, that gives them access to everything. But it doesn't stop them from getting on another plan and getting some extra benefits, like their Part B premium being paid for, which is $185 now. Not all veterans get the eyeglasses and dental and hearing benefits that they could with another plan. So that's how, I believe in operating, and then also, the younger group should be aware of, getting some life insurance and putting it away and being smart about it to grow for their retirement. So that's the things I focus on. And then people that are near retirement, Brandon, sometimes an annuity is a good fit. Sometimes it's not. If it is, I'll help you out. If it's not, we'll do something else. But again, we get back to the one size doesn't fit all.
Yeah.
And it's about helping out everybody fit their wants and needs and fit their agenda. And everybody has different wants and needs and different phases in life and different amount of money to do things with. And you never want to, the good news with you, Brandon, and I is you can only finance so much on a home before they say, look, you're at the threshold,
Right.
This is going to be a problem. Insurance, look, you can't buy that much insurance. You'll be at a threshold, and that's not good for you. So the good news is, we wouldn't do it anyway, but we don't oversell and underdeliver or put people on a paycheck to paycheck and worried about rubbing two nickels together. There's no need to do business that way. So, that's what you and I both pride ourselves in helping people out and doing the right things for the right reasons.
That's right. Patrick Highland, host of the Sports Zone, Sundays at 11 a.m. Tune in. He's got a great supporting cast there. Insurance agent, all of your Medicare, TRICARE. He's got veteran benefit options as too. And I've heard over the years just how he's helped people that they didn't know what they don't know. A lot of times in life, you don't know what you don't know. And Patrick has extensive knowledge. How long have you been doing this now, Patrick?
35 years, boss.
Wow, so kind of new at it.
I was
but,
25.
Give him a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Giving away my age, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
No, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. I like people. I like helping out people. It's very rewarding, more emotionally than financially, but that's okay. Last time I checked, as long as you have a roof over your head and food in your belly, you're doing pretty good. And if you have a couple pennies in the bank, you're doing most extremely well compared to a lot of other people in this world. So that's another thing. We need to be more thankful and blessed, for what we have instead of not. And
Yep.
That's very important. So
that's true.
Well, Brandon, I know we got to get my man on with the tri-metal, baby. Get him rocking and rolling. So I will let you go. Thank you so much. Again, folks, check me out Sunday at 11 to 12. It's a call-in show. It's live. We'd love to hear from people to call in and voice their opinion on sports. And then if you have any questions about insurance needs, give me a call at 813-966-1052. Brandon, thank you so much. God bless, and I'll talk to you real soon.
Hey, likewise. Appreciate you, Patrick. Likewise. Appreciate you, man.
Sir.
All right. Our quick break. Coming back more with we got Ron Fuller in the house, Tri-County Metals, annual inflation, slowest since 2021, and also an iPhone controlled by your thoughts. Wow, the technology is amazing today. Later on in the program, we got our feel-good story of the day. Dad turns 1970s private jet into Airbnb rental, complete with original cockpit. Take a peek inside. Feel-good story coming up.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. Did you know that we buy houses cash? We will close quickly and give you a fair offer on your home or residential properties, even commercial properties, and we will give you a fair cash offer, close quickly, and be diligent when you're shopping these types of scenarios, because a lot of the wholesalers, the flippers out there, they will sign you up on an as-is contract, and they will shop that contract and try to find a buyer, but they may not find the buyer, and they won't close. So this is Brandon Rhymes, 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. Brandon Rhymes, we buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our No Money Down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. That is my direct cell. You can call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, we're in studio here with Ron Fuller, Tri-County Metals. We're talking with him here in just a minute. I like his theme, superhero of the day here. We're going to talk about that. Also, a couple of hot listings from the real estate team. We always like to feature our listings on air. If you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, we would love to talk to you. 9594 Southeast Maricamp Road in Ocala. This is a beautiful commercial listing. I love this opportunity because you have multiple income streams. The seller's willing to finance as well. Seller financing available with a strong down payment. 5,725 square foot retail store, and it's currently operating as a thriving hardware store. Lucrative income streams, multiple income streams coming in. 9594 Southeast Maricamp Road in beautiful Ocala, Florida. 4798 Indigo Road in Groveland, Florida. It's close to Orlando, kind of in between Tampa and Orlando. This one's 42 acres. We got 42 acres of land. You have beautiful ponds and bodies of water there on this property. 2-bedroom, 2-bath home as well. Ideal for maybe a temporary base if you're going to be developing this property, or a weekend home getaway. Buy some dirt, live out in the country. 4798 Indigo Road, Groveland, Florida. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Buy dirt Find the one you can't live without.
Quick shout out to Lee's Royal Services, the official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, leesroyalservices.com. You can find them online. Does a great job, residential, commercial cleaning, leesroyalservices.com. And that's on the interior of the property. On the exterior of the property, talk to our friend Ramin over at Heights Soft Wash, pressure washing company here in Tampa Bay, heightssoftwash.com, heightssoftwash.com. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, Ron Fuller, welcome in, sir. Welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show again, and a longtime friend of the program, man. We've known each other for over a decade now, haven't we?
It's been a long time.
I
got some new grays on my beard.
There you go.
I did get a haircut, though.
Looks good, man.
I was coming on the show for radio. I wanted to make sure my hair was good.
There you go. Yeah.
Speaking of
we got the video side, too. They got to check out our YouTube channel. We got over, our video views are up 700% from Q4 to Q1. 700%. That's big time.
I always make sure my mom watches it. So
there you go.
Hey, speaking of superheroes, Brandon, how do you always get these amazing listings?
Oh man, I appreciate that.
I mean, you've got the hardware store in Ocala, primo, $1 million homes, 42 acres. You got the commercial listings. I don't know who would want to compete against you.
Yeah, hey, look, we appreciate all of our listeners. A lot of it's from our listeners. The referrals, like Patrick said earlier, is a referral business, man. Referral business is big. I do call on a lot of expireds and canceleds, but thanks for the kind words there, Ron. Appreciate
you're welcome.
that.
Patrick sounds like a good guy. He really tied into what we're going to talk about with superheroes, particularly veterans and first responders.
Yeah.
So I have some notes, because this was short notice. So my superheroes. Well, let's talk about metal roofs first. But better stuff's even coming. Protect your home. Metal roof will protect your home like a superhero, right?
Yeah. Serve
a planet. Your AC bill's going to be lower. You're helping to serve the planet for your children and grandchildren.
Yep.
This is a big one, Brandon, and this is something I really do want to talk about and unpack in a future show. Keeps the insurance available and affordable for the future.
That's a big one.
Every time a roof doesn't need to be replaced, you're keeping your rates down and ensuring that insurance companies will be here for us in the future.
Yes.
People don't realize every time a roof is replaced, does that mean your insurance rates are going to stay the same? How about 10 roofs, 100 roofs? How about 1,000 roofs? It adds up. Every time a metal roof goes through a hurricane, blows it off and says, hey, I'm still here protecting your home. That's another insurance, what do you call it when you
discount?
have to call?
Maybe
discount. Yeah, but also just another claim that the insurance company doesn't have to pass on to the next person.
Right.
So that's my superheroes for metal. And you could have a cool cape if you were like Metal Man.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
But I want to talk about some other superheroes. The original OG, Todd, you're going to appreciate this. Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Amen.
He was the first superhero.
Yeah.
OG, the original. But for me personally, I'm kind of a fan of the old school guys.
Yeah.
Brandon, who's your favorite superhero?
I have to go with Superman.
Okay. All right.
Brady likes Superman now, too, my son.
Yeah, that's cool.
Spider-Man was his original, but yep. What about you?
So I dig Batman. He's got the Batmobile, the Bat motorcycle. He had the Batcopter.
He's got better toys for sure.
Oh, he had great toys. and I'll steal this idea from Todd. He's just a normal man with, the drive and desire. And, of course, the money because he's Bruce Wayne. But what's cool about Batman is he's a mortal man.
Yes.
Making some, great connections with the other, he's got Batgirl. He had Robin.
Yep.
We're going to have to bring Robin back in someday.
I like it.
All right. I hear the music's coming.
Yep. Music's coming. Catch Ron full episode on tomorrow's show. He's coming up on tomorrow's show as well. Coming up next as well, Fast of Florida. We got Greg Poirier on the show, Fast of Florida. HVAC sales and service manager coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk, also got a clip about this high school junior gets offered $70,000 for a job, entry-level job. Feel good story of the day coming up later as well. Quick break, right back.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life. QB.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here in studio. We got Greg Poirier in studio with us, Fast of Florida, fastofflorida.com, and he can help with a lot of different areas. Your HVAC, we'll get into that. He also got electrical. You got electrical side there. I got an interesting clip I want to play too, because we talked a little bit about it last time about the trades versus that 4-year degree plan. The money that can be made into the trades is really astounding for some people when you hear the numbers. We got a feel-good story of the day coming up as well. Dad turns a 1970s private jet into an Airbnb rental complete with original cockpit. So we got that. Also, a clip from Ron DeSantis, state governor, of course, talking about property taxes. So we got a lot of wood to chop here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Before we do, a couple of hot listings here. We got 1161 Rio de Janeiro. This one's down in Charlotte County, Punta Gorda. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,574 square feet, quarter-acre lot, beautiful pool home. Updated kitchen, beautiful cabinetry there. Now, the owner is super motivated. We just did a $50,000 price improvement on this property, so we dropped the price by $50K. You got a metal roof on it, 2023 metal roof. Those things have 45, 50-year warranties in a lot of cases. Great opportunity, close to the beaches there. Check out 1161 Rio de Janeiro Avenue, Punta Gorda, Florida. 1210 Paradise Lake Drive, that is. Paradise Lake Drive. Right there in Tarpon Springs, close to the Lake Tarpon there. There's boat ramps, parks around it. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2-car garage, 2,274 square feet. You have a beautiful pool and spa package in the back, lighter color kitchen cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, fireplace in there. Great opportunity to buy real estate. Great opportunity in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumMVPteam.kw.com. All right, let's jump right into it. Greg, welcome back in. Appreciate you coming in. And what's new over at Fast of Florida?
Glad to be here. Obviously, I think since we all know we're in Florida, the weather is starting to hit, so we are getting busy. Customers are now realizing, I don't know how they didn't know earlier in the year, they're going to need AC. So our phones are ringing off the hook. Same thing goes for plumbing and electrical, because they all kind of go together right now. You see the customers ramping up for generator sales. Getting ready for the hurricane season that's going to be obviously coming, that we expect every year. So we're seeing it across the board. We got guys full on 7 days a week, 24/7 running out there. So it's a busy time for the HVAC industry. Yeah, I'm sure, man. I'm sure you pick it up. And then I had one of your reps come out. Great experience, first class. He did a great job. And it was just, hey, look, you got to have these machines looked at. You got to have them serviced. And he blew out the lines and said, yep, look at that. You had some stuff in there. Yep, exactly. I mean, it's the stuff that you don't see. You can walk by your unit every day and take a look at it and, think that you might know what's going on. But once you pull the doors, once they go in there and start digging into it and showing you those things, and it's very important to know that that's not really a sales tactic. It's a job as doing a maintenance on a system or doing any kind of preventative work. It's in our diligence, and it's our responsibility to bring that to the customer's attention, right? Yeah. Like any customer is going to want to know if something's not operating the way that it should be. Now, what they want to do at that point is completely up to them. Right. We'll give them options, and we'll show them some different ways that they can go and to repair it. And then we keep going at that point and hopefully keep maintaining their system and help prolong the system as long as possible. Yeah, and that's the goal of the show. The goal is to be a consumer advocate, kind of get you thinking about these things that you may not think about, in your daily life. And, let's face it, we're all busy, so you look at the different strategies. So the Consumer Quarterback Show, we set it up 12 years ago now. August will be 12 years. And it's all about helping you be connected also with these great business owners, all different types of excellent businesses associated with the Consumer Quarterback Show. So save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you may need it. Please reach out. Call the hotline, text the hotline, 813-917-1894. Call or text the show hotline,
813-917-1894. And we'll put you right in touch with Greg and his team over at Fast of Florida. Anything related to plumbing, electrical, or, of course, that HVAC, the air conditioning unit, which is so valuable during this time. It's already starting to heat up, man.
Oh,
you can feel it.
It is, and it's... I don't care how long you've lived here. I don't think there's anyone down here that's just living without some sort of AC at this point. So it's as needed as your plumbing and electrical. No one's going to live without it. It's dangerous. It gets to the point that it's unsafe to live in.
Yep.
So us grinding down and working with the customers on, any budget, number one, we'll figure out a way to probably get that system into your home, whether it's financing or whether we're working with you on the numbers. At the end of the day, it's us helping the customers out as best we can and keeping them healthy and keeping them safe.
Yeah. ConsumerQB.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors. I wanted to play this clip by the governor. Check this out.
Hey, I like what Governor DeSantis is saying here. What do you think?
Level ongoing tax base.
No, you should own your property free and clear. I think to say that someone that's been in their house for 35 years just has to keep ponying up money, that is not. You don't own your home if that's the case. So yes, of course, I'd like to see people be able to owe free and clear. And it's interesting because it's like, if I go to Best Buy and buy a flat screen TV and put it on the wall, I got to pay a sales tax on it, right? But I don't keep paying tax on it every year. I mean, it's just not.
It's a good point, right? It's an innovative thought, and it's an innovative idea, and we're hearing more and more about how significantly reduced and maybe not all the way eliminated, because that's the challenge, is where do you pay for it? How do you pay for it, Greg?
I mean, 100%. If you look at it, that was the best analogy, that I've heard somebody use. Yeah, I go buy a TV, I put it on my wall, I pay that initial sales tax.
Yep.
I'm not going to keep paying it for the rest of my life.
Right.
Well, why is it different on a home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are these people put into this, and then the tax rate keeps going up?
Yes.
And whether it's your property tax or whatever it might be. So it's just this never-ending cycle that you can't get off, whereas they've paid. They've paid $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in their home. They've built equity into the property. They've built the entire neighborhood around for what they have, which has in turn built the entire city or the town that they live in.
Right.
At that point, it shouldn't be responsible for having to keep paying sales tax on it. That's just, I completely agree with that statement.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And we talked to the state representative, for example, Bernie Jacques, he's local rep out of Largo, and others about that. And the idea is, well, where's the money going to come from? Or I guess the big question mark is, where's the money going to come from? But if you look at the efforts, let's equate it to the national government, to the big government, right, out of D.C., you look at all the money that they've found, all the waste, fraud, and abuse, right? Mm-hmm. Does that not happen? Does that just stop at the border of Virginia or Maryland, right? No, it's coming into every state. And if you look at how bloated some of these budgets are, and I think it's the old idea of, what do they call them, like zero cost budgeting, or where if you don't hit the budget, you're not going to get the same number next year.
Yep. So then people start manipulating that just for that exact reason, right? If you put them in that scenario, well, if you don't use all the budget, well, then your budget's going to be reduced.
Right.
So then they're going to use all that budget, whether it goes to where it's supposed to or not, right?
Exactly.
And you're right. It's not just this isn't a federal government issue alone. This is down on your state level, right? In every single state in the entire United States of America, it does not matter. All of it has misappropriation of funds.
Yep.
Regardless of where it is, we know that no one is doing it exactly the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So that to question where the money is going to come from, there's plenty of money that's there, whether it's coming from the lottery or wherever it might be. The money is there.
Yeah. Yeah, especially, I hear like recycling programs. A lot of those don't even work. They're not as efficient. Even education, and of course, I don't want to cut teachers directly. What I'm saying is that bloated management level. You have these multiple levels of management in a lot of cases. And of course, we're not the insiders here. We're not in government, but these are ideas that we see as businessmen.
Correct.
We know how, and I also know how human nature works. Okay. That's
true.
what the Bible teaches us. If you look at the Torah, human nature, like you said with the budgets. But if you just joined us, by the way, this is Brandon BRimes here. I'm talking with Greg Poirier, fastofflorida.com, fastofflorida.com for all your HVAC, plumbing, electrical needs here in Tampa Bay. Here's another cool clip that I wanted to play today, too. This is a quick clip from the Charlie Kirk show discussing how the trades are more and more relevant today.
It is high school juniors with $70,000 a year job offers. In Philadelphia, Elijah Rijos won't graduate high school until next year, but but he already has a job offer, one that pays $68,000 a year. Rios, 17 years old, is a junior taking welding class at a Catholic high school. Employers are dealing with a shortage of workers as baby boomers retire.
Isn't that interesting, right? So there's a shortage out there, and then you have these high school kids. I mean, I remember I had shop in high school. I don't think a lot of them have that anymore. But when you look at, $70,000 for a first, kid coming out of school, I mean, that's a great entry-level job. That's a great wage, and it's needed by people, our housing and we talk about the housing shortages and the affordability. If we have more welders, plumbers, electricians, et cetera, construction, drywall, I mean, you can go right down the line, right, Greg?
Oh, 100%. I mean, that whole conversation couldn't hit home more for myself on a regular basis as I'm constantly trying to hire. And I have not had a bigger struggle with hiring over the past years than I have in my entire life. There's obviously a large shortage of people that are going into the trades and not understanding really how beneficial that is and how unreplaced that job is going to be. That job is secure. Whether you're in any trade, I don't care what it is, down to doing roofing, to carpentry, to installing, sewers. It does not matter. AI is not going to take over your job. You're good for the long haul at that point. And like you said, you have juniors that are going to come out of the gate making $70,000, and that's on the low end. Some of these guys that are going into the welding programs, some of the guys that are going into the more specialized fields, are making six figures right off the rip, and they're not having college loans they have to pay to.
Exactly,
they're buying a house quicker than their friends that are in college are. So it's the adage: there's not one right way to do it. But look at all your options. Right. Look at the other alternatives that are out there that are outside of college. If college is right for you, go. Go kill it. Do it. Get all your degrees and go make a lot of money. And if it's not, go look at some trades, because trades are a dying breed, unfortunately, and it is needed for the rest of our lives. It's never going to change.
And how do we get here? You got to think about that. How do we get here? Well, let's look at the politics in the 80s and how, the shrinking dollar. I remember one year my aunt, Frances, had my cousins dress up, and the big cousin was $1, and then the younger cousin was a shorter or smaller dollar, right? So the shrinking dollar, that was their Halloween costume for that year. But so now you have family members. That was an interesting picture. You have to have two incomes. You have to have, typically the American family has to survive now on two incomes, whereas back in the late 70s, early 80s, probably you had that more or less the father figure was out earning the living, and the mother, of course, staying home with the children. And yes, they're more nurturing, and yes, they're better at that job, designed by the creator for that. But so that's a long kind of a, how did we get here? I think the technology piece is another way that's going to help improve things as well.
Well, as you mentioned technology, I actually read a story yesterday about how hard the people that are in the tech field right now, in their 30s to 40s right now, of even finding a job, guys that are in coding and things like that. And it was a story on this guy, and he was, not using his name, and he hasn't been able to find a job in 2 years. He was making $150,000. Now he lives in an RV out in the Midwest, does DoorDash, right? Because AI has completely taken over all those positions. And they're saying that within, I think, a year to 2 years, AI is going to take over all of coding. Right. And they're saying this all goes back into the 80s when the computer stuff was pushed, and they were trying to get the baby boom, all that age into that. So they all pushed them. Go get into tech, get into tech. And it got pushed away. Like you said, the trade schools started closing. They stopped having, shop class, wood shop, all the other trades inside your school. Now you have to go to a vocational school. So unless you're going to something separate.
Exactly.
They're the best classes to have. I mean, it breaks up the day, right? I go make a birdhouse for a couple hours and then, go back to math class. So.
I remember we made a little clock. I made a clock that looked like a football helmet. And I think it was Los Angeles Raiders, as was the team of the moment back then. And, you put the little piece behind it, and you had the clock going. But
I made my dad a poker table.
Yeah, made a poker table.
There you go. So that's useful.
There you go. An iPhone controlled by thoughts. Apple's developing new technology that would allow users to control their devices with neural signals. The Wall Street Journal reports a shift that would open up Apple products to tens of thousands of people who can't use their hands due to injury or disease. I mean, there you go. That's another tech story right there.
I mean, you're already seeing it with the limbs, right? They're completely controlling their limbs and prosthetic arms and fingers by their brain signals, right? So this is just the natural progression of where this is going to go. But you don't think about how many people couldn't use a standard phone, whether they don't have hands or they don't have the fingers or sight or whatever it might be.
Yep.
And now you involve AI into it. Now it opens up all that expand. Now, it's great for the company. They make a lot of money, but it's more on the human side of it. It now expands everybody's being able to communicate, which I think is part of human nature, to be able to touch with your loved ones and friends and family, all those things. And for not to be able to do that, that's pretty tough. So
it really is.
That's something that I would look forward to moving in that direction. But then it's the next thing. All of a sudden it's Terminator 2, and
well, that's the scary
Skynet
part.
has become real.
It is. I mean, it gets into where it also goes is that technology piece where and some of the podcasts I listen to, like War Room, some of these guys, they talk about it a lot, is the human, what do they call it? Transhumanism.
Yep.
So you're putting the chip in there, and then, I'm going to be a better sales rep or a salesperson, stockbroker, and then it turns into, their competition's doing it. So if you don't put the chip, you can't compete because you can't recall things faster. You're going to have that competitive advantage in a sense. You're going to lose.
It's like they're using a performance enhancing in a drug, and you're never going to keep up with that.
That's
or it's
good.
like you're going out and playing in the major leagues. The other guy's got a corked bat.
That's right.
All right, he's going to be knocking a bunch of dingers, and you're not going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're eventually going to be like, all right, what's he doing? And you're going to replicate it.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
You're going to be sitting in the minor leagues.
That's right. And I'm not putting a chip in. I don't know. Maybe it's my son. Maybe it's my sons that have to deal with that. Quick break. Right back. More with Greg. FastofFlorida.com. FastofFlorida.com. HVAC, plumbing, electrical. Of course, helping you in your real estate deals, buying, selling, investing. Follow us online at BrandonRimes1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show YouTube channel, Rumble channels out there as well. Quick break. Right back.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Blue Moon Estate Sales of Pinellas County for all of your estate sale needs. BlueMoonEstateSales.com. Reach out to Jennifer. Tell her you heard about her here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. BlueMoonEstateSales.com. And stop by their store, the Blue Moon Store, at 1479 South Belcher in Largo. 1479 South Belcher in Largo. And that's BlueMoonEstateSales.com. SJ Movers and Junk Removal, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 727-717-0846 for all your moving and junk removal. 727-717-0846. SJ Movers and Junk Removal. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, we got a feel-good story of the day. This is a good one here. Dad turns 1970s private jet into an Airbnb rental. Pretty cool. That's going to be fun to talk about. Before we do, a couple of hot listings, and then we'll jump right back into it more with Greg from FastofFlorida.com. FastofFlorida.com for all your HVAC, plumbing, electrical needs. A couple of hot listings here, and then we'll jump right back into it. 16625 Goose Ribbon Place, Waimama, Florida. We got a beautiful smart home. This is a gated community, and it's one of those lagoon communities as well. I mean, have you seen these amazing lagoons? I mean, if I was a kid and I had that, I don't think I'd ever be wanting to leave the neighborhood. I mean, that's so cool. You've got also volleyball courts, nature trails, dog parks, vibrant clubhouse. Check out 16625 Goose Ribbon Place, Waimama, Florida. It's a 322 smart home right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Hillsborough County, Florida. 10129 Little Road, another commercial listing from the Platinum MVP team. This listing on Little Road is currently operating as a chiropractic office, so it would easily be scalable to any type of physicians or related offices there. Over an acre of land, ADA compliant entrance ramp and bathrooms, over a dozen paid parking spaces. Great location there as well. You're close to the Suncoast Parkway, Highway 19, State Road 52, 10129 Little Road, Newport Richey, Florida. Great opportunity. Also, new roof installed in 2020. You can see all of our real estate listings, and if you're buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. You can see all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Tell me something good.
All right, here's our feel-good story of the day. Tamir, an antique car renovator, has transformed half of a decommissioned 1970s Hawker private jet into a Airbnb rental in Gwynedd, Wales. Originally used to transport oil executives, the jet retains its original cockpit and now features a custom-built cabin with 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a bathroom, and an outdoor seating area. Ali spent 7 months and nearly $120,000 on the renovation, which involved rewiring, flooring, and fitting a new door. The pet-friendly rental, listed at €170 per night, has already reached 70% occupancy and offers guests a one-of-a-kind stay in a vintage aircraft. What do you think, Greg? Would you stay there?
Oh, absolutely. I've seen a couple of these renos before, a couple ones up in Alaska, some even bigger planes. I'm the kind of guy that will go on Airbnb and find boats to sleep on, tree houses.
There you
Me
go.
and my girlfriend do a lot of that stuff, so I'm big on Airbnb. Even when I travel out the countries, I'm pretty much on Airbnb.
Nice. Where's your favorite place you've ever traveled?
Probably Jos Van Dyke or like Virgin Gorda in the British Virgin Islands.
Oh, nice.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
That's cool.
I would say it's hard. I mean, I've been to like 38 islands at this point.
Yeah.
But somewhere in there is hard to beat.
Yeah.
It's so untouched, and it's like it looks like a postcard.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Or if you want to go a little on the cheaper side, Isla Mujeres off the coast of Mexico.
Okay.
It's probably what I've been about 10 times. It's like a home away from home.
Wow.
You fly to Cancun, take a ferry, half an hour, 45 minutes, and you're there.
That's fun.
And it's 45 minutes around the whole island, and it's where tourism started in Mexico. Its first hotel in all of Mexico was on this island.
Wow, what's it called again?
Isla Mujeres. It means the island of women.
Okay,
I can't say it as well as my girlfriend who's from Puerto Rico does, but
Right.
because I don't have the right roll.
They roll the R's and all that.
She's got it down to yeah, she was born and raised there,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I just don't have it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My favorite was Fiji. I went to Business Mastery.
One of my tops on my
Namale,
list.
Fiji.
I want to go. Like that's.
Well, Tony Robbins was there too, so
that's
seeing
pretty
him,
killer. Then
that was fun, right?
That's awesome. Yeah, I
but,
love it.
Yeah, man. So that was great. Let's get some final tips here. We always talk about consumer advocacy tips, things to do, things to avoid. What to look out for as a consumer. I know especially, in the contracting space, there's, things to look out for out there. What's your top tip?
I think the best thing is whether you're looking at HVAC, plumbing, electrical, is buy what you need, not what someone's telling you. I think it's very important, right? Like there's a lot of companies, the whole business model, is to give you options, right? And there's multiple options for every single person. So figure out what of those options make sense for you, not what the company or whoever's there trying to sell you on something is going to tell you need, right? Have an actual conversation, ask the right questions, whether it's about your water heater, about your AC system, about, hey, I need a new panel. Why do I need a new panel?
Right.
Ask the questions, make sure the company has the answers, and then make sure you're getting what you need and not overpaying for something.
Right. Okay.
It's pretty simple at the end of the day, but you see a lot of companies out there, they're popping up on a regular basis, and you see some of the customers that coming in there after the fact and fixing things, or giving a price that's much, much lower, even though it's a very competitive price, considering people are trying to capitalize on people that aren't
Right.
doing the right research.
Yeah.
So
Be careful for those
do your
deposits,
due diligence
too.
as a homeowner. Get a couple estimates. I'm always for that. There's nothing wrong with that. To fact check people, but make sure that you're getting what works best for you.
Yeah, be careful. You saw that Olympic pools or whatever the company. Oh man, that was terrible.
Yep.
Guy went to jail for a
You
long
do
time.
not want to be part of that.
Not
That's
doing
for
it
sure.
right. Yep,
Nope.
that's right. All right, so reach out to Fast of Florida, fastoflorida.com. You can see all of our experts on our website as well, consumerqb.com. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And thank you so much for supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors. It really means the world to us when we have those conversations with you and we share emails and text messages together. So thank you for that. Have a blessed day. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.